Welcome to the MBD podcast, the show where we dig into what's actually working or not when it comes to scaling businesses with the people who have been there or currently who are there. Today's special guests, I'm going to go ahead, let them introduce themselves and what they've been working on.
Hey, my name is Vlad. Originally, I'm from Ukraine, currently living in San Francisco. So previously, about our project, I had two largest company in Europe and Ukraine, and have 4 exits with it. And currently, I'm a co-founder Trophy Hunt and general partner at Seed Venture Partners. So.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Ivan and I'm CEO at Trophy Hunt, and we are building an amazing tool which will allow you to track your progress no matter which platform you are playing, which games you are playing, we'll handle it. In addition, me and Vlad also building a kind of another project which is also related to the gaming, but I guess it could be, if it will be interesting, another topic.
Awesome. No, so you guys got your hands in a couple of businesses, which is awesome. Also being in gaming. I love gaming. I worked in gaming when I was at Disney on their business intelligence team, supporting their build outs and subscription models and how to get people to do microtransactions. And, in building these things is very complex when it comes to a point you're doing something is cool where you're cross-platform and not within a particular brand. You're doing it across all brands, which I think is huge. So do you want to talk about how you've been growing this business, some of the struggles you've run into while you're trying to scale it, and some of the successes you've had?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So basically how this idea was born, me and Vlad and also our partners are passion gamers. We all love games. We play games almost every day, but not right now because we need to build our product.
Yeah, you're grinding.
And during our simple gaming experience, we found that it's pretty hard to find the right information, the right guide, the right teammates for co-op sessions, especially when you are playing within the different platform, for example, Steam on PC or PlayStation. And it's not a kind of new idea or a concept. Gaming was fragmented all over the time. So it was exclusive games. You need to purchase console to play this exclusive game. Your overall gaming ecosystem around these platforms or around these games was also separated and disconnected from each other. But what we can see right now, given the fact that such big players as Microsoft are pushing the concept of try to distribute the game within as many as possible distribution channels, the era of exclusive almost gone. You may play, for example, Forza Horizon on platform you desire, but the problem is that the overall gaming ecosystem is still disconnected. So you need to have different accounts within Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, which also allow you to communicate and engage with different discussions separated by platforms, by games, and so on. And we want to solve these problems. We want to provide an opportunity for the players to simply connect every platform they're playing the games in one simple place and show their real gaming identity based on the progression, the history, the statistics from all of their platforms. So basically this is the overall concept and the idea, to unite everything in one place where you could find the teammates, where you can find the right information, without switching and paying for different services which are offering the same features, but they are simply limited within a single platform. So the idea is basic, but for some reason, no one trying to solve this problem. But as the gamer and as the end user, I know that this problem is real.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And go ahead, Vlad.
And we wanna help players decide problem with standalone. It's a really big problem now in the single player games.
No, great. So now you're building out this product that's gonna, solve a big problem. How are you gonna get it? How are you gonna generate awareness for it so that way people come and they sign up for it?
Mhm. Yeah, basically, like we divide our marketing strategies between like different phases. For example, pre-release and release stage. During the pre-release stage, our main idea and the main goal was to form a community of like enthusiasts and early backers, let's call it like that. So the users which are passionate about the achievement hunting, trophy hunting, and they enjoy what we are actually doing. So how we started to gain this early traction, like the idea was to create a simple landing page which communicate what we are actually doing, and started to run our social media, pushing different contents related to the gaming guides, like how to, tier lists, and so on. And the main idea was to simply bring the end user to our landing page and join the waitlist. So pretty simple funnel. But when it comes to the release stage, our funnel will be not more complicated than this one. So basically, we will try to push, try to focus our content to call to action, like sign up on our website. So basically, before we had a release, we can't push the content which could gain the users directly to the platform. But once the release is done, we simply could share the content within social media. For example, hey guys, you may find the guide how to um, and unlock the main Liban in the Wolfenstein right here. Here's the full walkthrough. Enjoy and leave your comments, for example. And using this simple way, players could visit our platform, see the content within this platform, and leave their comments, create new topics, or something like that. When it comes to different marketing channels, we had discussions with a variety of founders which are created different gaming products related to the gaming or games by itself, and everyone right now looking a new user acquisition channel. And we found this interesting and pretty cool user acquisition within the Reddit, because it's not a kind of community or users which are simply scrolling the feed, watching short form videos and moving to the next video. So this is a kind of users which are actually active. They're looking for something or they're contributing to some topics. So it's a kind of perfect audience, for example, for our product. And within the Reddit, there are several ways how you could push your product within this social media. They are offering paid ads, which is pretty common and pretty similar to what we can see within the TikTok, Meta, or you could try to gain your organic content and try to push your visibility and your organic content coverage within the existing threads. So, for example, in our case, there are a lot of threads which are talking about the trophy hunting, achievement hunting, and you could simply show and share their, for example, content guides or something like that, and guys from these threads will enjoy and provide some insightful feedback regarding your product and whether you are actually moving to the right direction.
No, that makes sense. Building community is huge. That's a good place to start, but also making sure you want to capture their information as well too, so that way you're able to send them updates and notifications. So you can provide incentives for them to give you their information, maybe like a gaming guide or a trophy hunting guide, right? So that way they give you your email. That way they get the releases. Building community ads, awesome. Going through all those different steps, paid ads, right? Like if you get the organic thing going and you build that out around the community, then when you go to push through paid on post release, you're gonna have social proof, right? And then people are gonna be like, oh wow, these guys have been doing this for a little while, and look at all these other people's, maybe other gamers that they might be aware of on it as well too. finding ways to get on Twitch and doing some co-deals with some of those streamers. So, I mean, it's cool. There's a lot of option, and the solution is there for people. And in structuring that, what are kind of some of the things that you're potentially worried about because you're not at the stage yet? What would some of the things you're worried about going wrong that you might look at for building the audience with let's just focus on the marketing aspect, not the model. What are things that you could see like, oh, I'm worried about this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically the main problem is how to find the right evidence, the target evidence, because like within like today's reality, there are a lot of different targeting options. There are a lot of different marketing distribution platforms, paid ads, contacts ads, like YouTube ads, a lot of ads. But like you actually need to analyze and try to understand where your target audience, for example, may like sit and what their like common activity within, for example, some of the social media. So that's why we decided to push toward the Reddit, because it's highly active audience.
Yeah.
They're not simply scrolling the feed. They are already posting and they are already acting as the like social media, because Reddit is actually social media.
Yeah.
But within like the Reddit, there are the gaming like is a number one niche within the Reddit. So you also will find the direct audience, for example, for your genre, if you're building different games, or if you're building a game related product, you'll also find the related subreddits based on the interests, and it will provide an opportunity to directly cover the target audience, which could provide an early feedback, which is pretty valuable when you are trying to build something totally from scratch based on your idea, feelings, and thoughts.
Yeah,
No, that makes sense.
and
Go ahead,
gaming
Vlad.
forums, etc. Reddit is like one option.
Yeah, you've got a lot of options with gaming, and those users are super active. So getting in front of them, because being able to tap into those forums and
currently working in like a partnership with influencers, YouTube and Reddit. So I think it's three mainstreams, so for traffic and user acquisition.
No, awesome. And how long until you guys are able to launch?
Basically, we're planning to push our first release like within 2-3 weeks, like from now. So it will be a first release. Actually, it won't include everything like we want to include, in case like we're a startup, we have limited resources, and like we are dealing with the problem. Every like startup deals, like to gain the funds, like you need the traction. To gain the traction, like you need the funds to cover like the marketing expenses and something like that. So from what I could tell from my side and from my experience, like you need to try to cut things you may think they're very important for your product, but actually like for the very first release, it won't. Like you need to make something.
Phases.
Yeah.
And you could leverage your communities to find out exactly what would you guys like to see first, this or this, and then that'll give you direction potentially.
Yeah, basically, like it's a kind of the idea and the concept which is greatly appreciated and used within the gaming, called like CASDEV, when you build something very basic and then you're pushing it toward the community, gathering their feedback to understand whether you're moving to the right direction. So, and like you don't want to develop something to the stealth mode within like 1-2 years and then finally release it, and the end users will say, disgusting, we don't want it. Like who does anyone actually ask about this product and about this platform? So basically what you need to do, trying to push the very first release as fast as possible, and then like iterate from the end user feedback.
Makes sense. Great. And for someone who's trying to scale a business in gaming, the gaming sector right now. What's one piece of advice you wish you had earlier?
Yeah, I guess that the main advice I would provide actually for me, like in the past, I could tell that like find the right team and the right co-founders and teammate. It's crucial. It's very important, and like many people think that it's a kind of thing that you could simply like complete within the like days, but actually it's not. Because like we face different teammates, those one which were very passionate about the idea, but when it comes to doing something, like nothing. Or guys which are like trying to push different business opportunities, different direction, which cause the reality where you are just spreading your resources and losing your laser focus, which is pretty like important, especially when you're trying to build something like with the limited resources or actually self-fund.
Makes sense. And Vlad, where can people, or what would be your piece of advice?
Yeah, sure. So firstly, if you want to make a sales team in your like in your team, etc., before stuff, sales team, sales managers, head of sales, I don't know. So you need to make you make a script, tested it, and after that you can some stuff other guys, because if you don't have some sales plan, scripts, etc., it doesn't work.
Right. Yeah. You got to give the sales team something to go off of. They need the script. They need.
Yeah, and don't be afraid and try.
That's a big thing.
We tried with Ivan, I think, 5 ideas. Five
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah.
We spent a lot of money with Ivan. We started like a creation studio, uh, like it was a marketing studio, etc., etc. So, we spent a lot of times and a lot of money. Yeah, so firstly, you need a cost dev, market research, and sales script, etc.
Awesome. And where can people connect with you or learn more about what you're doing?
LinkedIn.
Basically, guys, or you could simply visit our website, which is the trophyhunt.me, and like join our waitlist, where you also could gain some valuable gifts and prizes during our first release.
Nice. And Vlad, where
Or
can they?
yeah, if someone need more information, please. I think you have my LinkedIn and social networks. So yeah, let me know.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, you too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Well,
Thank
good
you.
luck on the success.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Okay. Yeah. Bye bye.